We're here at the Indian Meteorological Department office in New Delhi. It's been a few hot days, but perhaps hotter still. The IMD earlier this month had issued a warning and an advisory stating that the months of April, May and June would have prolonged and perhaps extreme heat waves. Now, this is not new news, but what would be different, however, is that it would be longer spells, perhaps over the usual 4 to 8 days that we've witnessed so far. This is the lingering effects of El Nino, perhaps, which has been a phenomenon that we've witnessed most of last year. To tell us more about how this is perhaps changing and if at all a pre-monsoon is already set in, we're talking with the DGM of IMD, Dr. Mrutyunjay Mohapatra. Sir, very warm welcome. Thank you for joining us. I want to begin with first what we're witnessing in southern parts of India. They are witnessing hotter than usual temperatures, early signs of a heat wave, more than perhaps in the states of Bengaluru, more than what Delhi and Mumbai have seen. Do you see this trajectory abating? How do you sense this will perhaps move upwards?
Yeah, as you correctly said, during first week of April, there has been a rise in temperature and heat wave conditions in parts of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Ganjati West Bengal, and Jharkhand also. And specifically, it was more severe during 5th to 7th of April. The maximum temperature went up to 44.5 degrees Celsius in certain areas. But however, after that, there has been thunderstorm activity in central India. As a result, temperature has gone down. But still, Tamil Nadu, southern parts of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, they have got the higher temperature activity. And also in these states, there is humidity, which is also worsening the rise in temperature conditions. So considering all these things, we are issuing hot and humid weather warning in addition to the heat wave conditions warning. And at present, hot and humid weather warning is prevailing for these southern parts of the country. If we look at the forecast, gradually during next 5 to 7 days, the temperature will continue to become normal to below normal conditions in central India and parts of northwest India because of the ongoing thunderstorm activity and also the approaching two western disturbances consecutively during this week. But along the east coast, covering coastal areas of Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, the temperature is expected to rise during next 5 days. And in certain places of Andhra and Odisha, there could be possibility of isolated heat wave conditions.
Right. So perhaps temperatures would be a little lower, say, in the next 10 days, you're saying, in southern India. This is important.
Not in southern India, but in central and northwest India.
Okay, because I'm asking because Bengaluru goes to polls on the 26th. A little earlier, Tamil Nadu goes to polls. So just trying to understand, perhaps can they expect maybe a little lesser heat?
Yeah, certainly temperature is expected to be, in the interior part of the peninsula, it is expected to be near normal during next 5 to 7 days. But along the coastal areas, because of the humidity, the impact could be higher. And for this purpose, we are also issuing the guidance about the temperature humidity index, which takes care of the composite impact of temperature and relative humidity in a particular area.
Right. So you have always warned ahead of time also that this heat wave will be expected. A lot of states were also told to prepare accordingly. How would you assess their preparedness, their level of preparedness? Are there some best case scenarios or some states that you would like to sort of highlight?
Yeah, certainly there has been very good response mechanism in the country. Even Honorable Prime Minister reviewed the heat wave preparedness yesterday, where IMD, NDMA, and other concerned officials participated, MHA. Before that, there was a high-level press conference by IMD, where Honorable Minister for Arts Sciences was present. Following that, there was review by Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare. There has been review by Principal Secretary to Prime Ministers. There has been review meeting with concerned states, etc., health officials by the member of the Planning Commission. So by that way, there has been continuous review. And all these things are additional review, apart from the review taken up by IMD and NDMA. In the month of January itself, NDMA conducted one workshop about the preparedness. So therefore, the response action has been accelerated by the people and disaster managers in states and central level. We have also come up with various heat action plans at district level, at the state level for the most heat-prone states. There has been mass media campaign also by NDMA, and they may do it further also. As a result, if you look at the first heatwave spell, which occurred in the first week of April, the loss of lives has been minimal.
Right. You'd briefly mentioned thunderstorms are beginning to develop in central India. Can one interpret this as signs of maybe pre-monsoon? What can you tell us about the monsoon forecast? I understand it will come a little later by the IMD, but what can you tell us as of now?
The season, March to May, is called as pre-monsoon season. And this pre-monsoon season is characterized by certain specific weather. One, the heat wave. Two is the thunderstorm. And at present, this type of thunderstorm is occurring over Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, adjoining Rajasthan, and adjoining areas into the south and to the north. So this is an episodal behavior. Sometimes it occurs, and usually its frequency is higher over northeastern states and eastern India, where it is called as Kal Boishakhi, covering Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal. But it can be expected, as it is happening now, and we are expecting also for next 1 week, in parts of central India and northwest India, when there is a large-scale weather system like western disturbance, which is interacting with the local disturbances and the moisture incursion over the area due to the anticyclones over the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So, but however, all these phenomena are being monitored and predicted well in advance, and special messages are being issued to general public through press and electronic media, and also to the disaster managers and all the stakeholders at the state level, at the central level. The impact-based forecast, risk-based warning are also being provided with respect to heat wave and also with respect to the thunderstorms. The thunderstorms are a multi-hazard scenario. There you can expect the strong winds, or squally winds, and also you can expect the heavy rainfall, you can expect the lightning, and therefore we have got specific modeling system to cater to the requirement of forecasting of each and every weather associated with thunderstorm.
I'm whittling down to my last questions. You had mentioned a specific phenomenon, and one of the phenomena that you had explained to us before was the La Nina, which is anticipated a little later this year. It usually follows an El Nino year. That was also explained to us. Do you sense any changes in its trajectory from the way you observe it since you had spoken to us earlier this month?
There is a consensus among the various global centers. IMD is a global center providing forecast on El Nino, La Nina, and also Indian Ocean Dipole and other large-scale processes. El Nino and La Nina is one of the most important large-scale processes which impacts the behavior of the heat wave, cold wave, and also the monsoon. So far, it is the moderate El Nino condition which is prevailing at present. That means there is above normal rise in temperature over the equatorial Pacific region, and becoming warmer on the eastern side, cooler, relatively cooler in the western side. But this pattern is rapidly changing. And as we have predicted, we provide El Nino La Nina forecast every month. As for the prediction, we are expecting that this El Nino condition will gradually fade away, and it will be neutral conditions by the end of May or beginning of June.
Okay.
Thereafter, it will also further improve, and it will transition into the La Nina condition in the second half of monsoon season, that is August. By beginning of August, we are expecting that the La Nina condition will develop. Right. If you see the relationship between El Nino, La Nina and the monsoon rainfall over the country, El Nino is not good for monsoon. Almost 60% of the years are adversely impacted when there is an El Nino. And in case of La Nina, it is opposite. The La Nina condition helps in favoring the monsoon rainfall over the country. So if you look at the past years, it shows that most of the years when it is the La Nina conditions, India gets good rainfall activity. So apart from that, this year also you have the forecast of Indian Ocean Dipole. Indian Ocean Dipole is the counterpart of El Nino La Nina conditions of the Pacific. In Indian Ocean, Western Equatorial Indian Ocean and Eastern Equatorial Indian Ocean also play like a seesaw. Sometimes Western Indian Ocean becomes more warm and Eastern Indian Ocean becomes less warm. This is called as positive Indian Ocean dipole. The opposite is called as negative Indian Ocean dipole. When there is a positive Indian Ocean dipole, it leads to the stronger monsoon conditions.
Correct.
And as for our forecast, we are expecting positive Indian Ocean dipole during the monsoon season. So therefore, these two factors are favorable. And similarly, if you just look at the snow cover over the Eurasian region, it is also less than normal, which is also a good sign for the Indian monsoon.